So there's some misconception. Passion equals love. Okay? Passion equals love. No, passion is passion. Huh? It's not love. My lover should meet all my needs and make me happy. If my partner makes me miserable, hey, something wrong. Right? Once love dies, you can never get it back. Okay? This is misconception. Love can fade, but it can rekindle again. If you have right foundation of commitment and plus skill, learn some skill about yourself, about where it goes wrong, you can rebuild relationship. Okay? So it's not true. Chemistry is all that matters. What is chemistry? That is mutual attraction. In the initial state, you have mutual similarity, attract. Even opposite also attract. These are what we call chemistry. Okay? But it is not true that chemistry is all that matters. Love conquers all. Wow, we have love, sure, no problem. We got no problem that we get married, everything will be fine. It's a myth, huh? When times get tough, it means you got the wrong partner. This kind of concept, actually to sum up, the right terms would be social contract or social exchange versus what we are talking about here, covenant, covenantal commitment. We'll see later. Need to move faster. Okay, like this slow. Once in love, you stay on high forever. Love is a feeling, and you either have it or you don't have it. Okay? Probably some of you also have some of this concept. Let's say love, a very complicated thing that exists on every human heart. Sometimes it brings happiness, but it can also bring misery. Right? Okay, theoretical basis. There are 4 stages of love relationship. Okay? Start with covenant, then go to grace, empowerment, and intimacy. And then in a spiral. As the spiral, you get more closer, more intimate. But it starts with covenant. What is covenant? There's always 2 aspects to it. Huh? Covenant means to love. Covenant to love and be loved. To love and be loved. You want to have a covenant between the 2 of you. I want to love you and want to be loved by you. So it is unconditional love versus what? I mentioned earlier, social contract or social exchange. What is social exchange? I, as one partner, I'm willing to put something on the table. This is what I offer. At the same time, I expect something in return, benefit. As long as I enjoy the benefit, I'll continue to put my part, my contribution on the table. Once I find that it's a raw deal, I don't get what I want, I withdraw. I go look for another partner. This is social exchange. Right? Commitment is different. I give, I do not get return because I'm committed by covenant. I'll do my part to love. I hope I'll be loved in return. My love will be reciprocated. But we still start with me offering love but not demanding to be loved in return. Where does this come from? It comes from God. The desire of God in each initiated covenant was that unconditional commitment would eventually be reciprocal and mutual. If you look with Old Testament, God have covenant with Abraham, with Moses, with all the historical person in the Bible. It started with God. Okay? Unilaterally, one way, God offered the covenant to the Israelites. I am your God, you shall be my people. I offer this salvation to you. Can you offer anything to me? Nothing. Usually contract means mutual. I have something to offer, you have something to offer. But for God's case, it's one way. Started off this way. There's nothing that Israel can offer. But in the long run, God hopes that they can be faithful to Him. They can love Him back. They can honor God. They can worship God. Right? In the long run. So it started off with that. And this is our basis for our covenantal love. So let's do a reflection. Is your relationship built upon covenant or social exchange? Those to agree, to couple. One day when you find that, hey, I'm not getting what I want, would you say, okay, I drop this relationship and look for someone else? And you know which side you're on, huh? Okay, this is for you to think about. Second, grace. Grace also to expect. Grace is to forgive and to be forgiven. Only when you are in the relationship of covenant, then you can extend grace. Just like God. When God extends the covenant, He also extends grace to His people. Why? Because human beings are sinful. So God has to extend grace to forgive us. Okay? So between the couple, you want to be forgiving, also want to be forgiven. Versus law, legalism. In a social exchange, a lot of time will be legalistic. There's a contract. You have to fulfill your part. You have to observe the do and the don't on your side. Then I will fulfill myself the equation. It's very legalistic. Okay? But only when you are in a covenantal love, then you tend to extend grace. There must be willingness to forgive if right relationships are to be developed in a family life. Of course, apology first, before you can be forgiven. Grace means unmerited favor, the natural extension of the covenant love. That's what I said. Family member living in grace will accept law. So, is there no law at all? No. There must be certain law between the couple. In the form of what? Patterns, order, responsibility. Okay? That provides stability in the relationship. So, the two must be balanced. I must have grace, but I must have certain responsibility. Boundary. I'm in a moment counseling one couple. Because the man is very gracious, Christian, he's not quite sociable, so he does not follow the wife in her social activity. So he gives her a lot of rules, freedom, grace, I trust you. So the wife go, you know what, after a while, get in relationship. Why? Because there's a lot of grace, but there's no responsibility. Not enough order, not enough structure, not enough boundary. No good. That is the problem. Right? So we need to be accountable to one another. So we need some stability in the form of boundary and responsibility. Grace means that orders and regularity are present for the sake of each member, needs and enhancement, and not as a means to impress or to limit them. Right? So does your relationship extend grace and accept order? Is there some accountability and some boundary between the both of you for your role to be a faithful partner to one another? Do you have some understanding in that aspect? And also a lot of grace, meaning if I'm wrong, I ask for forgiveness. You will forgive me, and I also will forgive you. Okay, I hope that's existing. Huh? Next, empowering, to serve and to be served. To serve and to be served. One of the love language is an act of service. What do my spouse need? I offer a service, I render a service. That is without demand. Okay, just from my own initiative. Versus power and control. Some couple, maybe one spouse want to control the other, right? And it's not very healthy. But rather we want to empower, we want to develop your spouse to the full potential so that your spouse feels fulfilled. Right? So to serve and to be served. Empowering helps another recognize and establish strengths and potential within the person. Empowering is a reciprocal process. In fact, these four aspects are reciprocal, mutual. Alright? It takes place between in a mutual enhancing way. Again, you can ask yourself, is there mutually empowering in your relationship? Or you feel that, hey, I say, the husband want the wife, you stay home as a housewife. You just do all the house job. Right? No enrichment for you, no self-care for you. Just do it housework. Then it is very controlling. Huh? Intimacy, to know and to be known. To know and to be known. Or versus distant. Some people, they don't want to be moved. Just like the husband that I mentioned, he's quite independent. He likes to be on his own. He doesn't like to mix around. So after a while, this couple have problem with intimacy in all 5 areas. They begin to feel unfulfilled. That's why the wife go out, give her a lot of freedom, and it's a matter of time she will meet somebody, a star, what I call the star shine, the star align. When you are in the most vulnerable situation, every one of us,